Hello, this is Ryan, Evans, Collins, and I's rhetorical analysis on the millennial generation. We've been working on this for a couple weeks and hope you learned enough more than we did from this, so yeah. Okay, so first off, what is the millennial generation? And who and what are they? Well, there's a lot of things that you can really define people, and there's a lot of ways. First off, I'm going to give you a definition given by Tim Elmore in one of his books. His definition of the millennial generation is people born between 1984 and 2002. Now, there's a couple other ways to really define millennials. There are many things what millennials are and what they are not. For example, millennials are very young. The oldest are just around the age 30. That's not that old at all. Still have plenty of life ahead of them. But another thing is that millennials have a lot of problems ahead of us. It seems that we have a giant growing population. We need to figure out ways to feed that population. And it seems our world is getting a little warm, according to various sources. But there's also things we're not. We're not old. We're not the world's greatest generation, like those who fought in World War II. And we're definitely not Generation X. So those are just kind of some clear points about what we are not. But in my honest opinion, and I think my colleagues can agree with me, is that honestly the millennial generation is an ever-changing generation. Especially because of the technology we have now. We have been making a lot of technological advances in these last couple of years, and that is really changing the way we create, employ, and even destroy things. And not only that, but it's changing the way we live and interact with each other. Put that all together, the millennial generation is the ever-changing generation. So, after kind of defining what the millennial generation is all about, we'll kind of delve into what kind of influences the generation, or rhetorical analysis of popular songs to this generation. The song I did was Goodbye in Her Eyes by Zac Brown Band. And the song really appeals to me just because of the musicality of it. I think there's a lot of the way they not only sing, but how they play their music is really, really good. Now, I'm going to delve into the visual aspect of the video. Now, I believe that the Zac Brown Band in this music video is persuading the audience to feel sympathy for those who suffer heartbreak or some sort of loss. Now, anyway, now the audience wants to know, or knows, that there isn't really normal happiness at this circus. You can tell this by just kind of the cold aspect of it, and also just kind of the solemnness of the people in it. Now I'm going to go on to the pathos, which the audience feels a sense of sadness, and the ethos, the audience respects that sense of loss. So the audience feels sadness because the woman is leaving, and this man, as you will see pretty soon, just kind of stares off to the ground, just looks at loss, like he's lost everything. The video persuades the audience to feel sad. The music in this video persuades us to feel sad. Now the logos isn't really applicable here, but the audience feels sad throughout the chorus, especially through the chorus, because in the chorus there's a long drawn out notes from the fiddle, and kind of have a sense of sadness to them. And the solemnness in the voices when the song is being sung also just add to that. But also a final evidence that makes the audience feel sad is that there's constant drum beat. And this drum beat keeps it slow and kind of low. The audience also respects the feeling of losing by listening to this music. The textual claim that the band is trying to make is is persuade the audience to feel sympathy to losing a lover. the audience knows the feeling of helplessness just by the lyrics. For example, in the chorus, I don't think I can change it. We all know what it feels like to feel like we can't, no matter what we do, we just can't change something. Sometimes I feel like a clown who can't wash off his makeup. That's another thing. It's like saying that I just can't change myself. No matter what I do, I can't change myself. And all my candles have burned out. Those are all throughout the song. And that just the audience kind of knows that feeling because we all know what it feels like to be helpless or unable to do something. Now, the audience wants to feel sadness for the singer because of, like he says, like the tide, love has come and gone, and it's time for me to go. He's speaking about his lover. His lover doesn't want him anymore, and so it's time for him to go, to move on. But he just kind of doesn't want to. And so we all know what it feels like to just feel sad that we know it's over something, like maybe a sport or anything. We know it's over, but we kind of don't want it to be over. Now, the audience respects the feeling of loving someone who doesn't love back. Now, this doesn't really apply to everyone, I guess, but the audience respects the feeling of loving someone who doesn't love back. Because even though she doesn't love him back, he still loves her and still wants to be with her. And he's kind of fighting a losing battle. And so what I want you to take away from this, my concluding idea for this, is that, or how this ties back to the millennial generation, is that the millennial generation values emotional experiences that define moments of life. Now this song really ties in with us because, as I said earlier, the Zac Brown Band wants the audience to feel sympathy for those who suffer heartbreak. As I said earlier, there's a visual aspect showing sadness. A lot of people are sad in this video. Not much happiness or anything to really laugh at in the video. The sound of the music is just kind of sad, slow, low beat. And then even in textual evidence, I think is the strongest out of all three. It's literally saying word to word that she pretty much doesn't want him anymore. And how this really kind of influences or ties back to the millennial generation is that I think it really honestly applies to all generations. Everyone, as humans, love, and everyone knows what it feels like to lose someone they love. So that's how this music video, I guess, ties back. So.
Alright, so my song is Started from the Bottom by Mike Posner. He features Asher Rosh, T. Mills, Chuck English, and King Chip. If you guys don't know who Mike Posner is, he's actually kind of a guy that kind of made it out of college. He made a mixtape in his dorm room and pretty much became famous. I mean, this song is special to me in a way. I guess the main point of the song is kind of like, no matter where you start from, you can eventually get to where you want to be in life. Start with logos, I guess. The video shows, it's kind of more who's a part of the song. I mean, the song's more of just people who are in it. There's not really like a music video itself. So there's no people that aren't involved in the actual music itself. There's no actors, stunt guys, or good-looking girls. With the pathos, kind of wants you to feel like enthused and hyped up. You see the artist, you see how the music's made, kind of more in the aspect of making music. With ethos, I guess, I kind of got that they wanted you to respect the song more with no distractions. I mean, I guess it is a remix, but they still have a music video, kind of, somewhat. Again, there's no actresses, no actors, no people wearing like on the set or anything like that. Alright, so I guess here in the music video, kind of see if you can see that it shows like only the people that are involved, like the drummer, the bassist, bass guitar, and then Millsy. Kind of more in it, it's kind of shows more the aspect of them actually singing and actually getting into the music, not just acting. And that's about it. All right. Well, here with audio, I kind of thought like more. They kind of want you to feel persuaded about like getting into the song. I couldn't really find anything with logos, but I'll start with pathos. More feel inspired. Like it's upbeat music. It's got good rhythm, a lot of rhyming. There's obviously rap. Um, let's see. Ethos. They want you to more respect the music itself. With the beat and the rhythm kind of together, it makes you want to listen to their stories and kind of like where they came from, and like where they kind of started at nothing, and now they're famous, obviously. With bitextual here, let's see. Sorry, logos. It's not easy to become famous, as they repeat lots of times in the song. They kind of started from the bottom and now they're here. Kind of meaning like they started with nothing and now they're famous. As one of the guys talks about how he literally started sleeping on the couch at his mom's house, and now he owns his own place on the beach. With pathos, kind of be like what you're happy with what you got. Like don't take things for granted. As one of the other rappers talks about how there's a lot of friends in his neighborhood that he doesn't have around anymore, and he's glad he's doing good so they can see where he's at and love what he's doing with his life. With ethos, life isn't easy, but try your hardest and you'll get there. Kind of go back to like where Mike Posner started in his dorm room, and now he's obviously where he's at now today. He states again, he won't stop till everybody knows his name, pretty much. With Millsy, talks about how he's only 18, but he lives a crazy life. He's kind of always out there. He's on, I think, like 4 or 5 song remixes now with people, or with Mike Posner himself. And then he also talks about being a man and taking advice. Don't, just because you're a guy, don't think you're all that, and kind of take advice from other people. I mean, even if it's a woman. To me, this song is inspiring. Just not even in the lyrics, but like everything themselves. Like kind of how someone can start from nowhere and become famous. Like, I mean, going back to again, how Mike Posner started in his dorm room, and now he's got a platinum record. The song is also kind of more new aged, I believe, whereas the fact that there's rappers, it's not just country or just pop or anything like that, kind of appeals to more people, and again, that kind of makes it more relevant. I think it just kind of pulls together a bigger audience, and it just makes it more relevant to the kids today, I guess. Get this out.
I Did Good Time by Owl City and Carly Rae Jepsen. This song reflects the millennial generation to me, because the millennial generation is all about having a good time and hanging out with friends and relaxing. For visual, this video is trying to get at the people to get together and relax and have fun. Logos, always have a good time. The people are hanging out and dancing, and the pathos is you want to feel relaxed and happy. Nobody's working. Usually when you're not working, you're having a good time for most people. And people are around the campfire having a good time. The ethos is respect the people in the video, because they're the ones showing you what's going on. Like, they're not working, they're just having a good time. Here's a clip from the video. As you can see in the video, they're hanging out, walking through the woods, having a good old time, hanging out with friends. Later on, they're on the campfire, roasting marshmallows, just relaxing. Next is audio. They're trying to persuade the people to have a good time through the audio, as you can see. The audience wants to know how to have a good time, what to do, when you're with your friends, and pretty much any other time. You're always having a good time, hopefully. Pathos, audience is feeling good. Music is upbeat, it gets you in a good mood, and it's kind of relatable to the younger generation now. All music is almost upbeat now. Ethos, respect having a good time. It's repeated throughout the song over and over, good time. The title of the song is also Good Time. So next is textual. Text is trying to persuade people to go out and have a good time, anytime, anywhere.
Logos is always have a good time. Stayed in the song, slept in my clothes like I didn't care. Pathos, feel good, feel happy. Positively motivated lyrics. There's nothing negative about it. Don't even have to try to have a good time. Ethos is respect having a good time. It's repeated, like I said, and it's a way of socializing. In conclusion, the millennial generation is mostly about relaxing and hanging out with friends. It's persuading the people to go out, have a good time with friends, do fun stuff. And the visual is basically showing excitement, people having fun. The oral is upbeat rhythm, having a good time. Textual is explaining what kind of things you can do, what's going on, and have a good time.
Alright, so I did the thrift shop video by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, and it's about thrift shopping. Okay, so for the visual, they tried to persuade the audience to that brand name clothes are overrated and just brand names in general is people put too much value on them.
Oh, that Gucci, that's hella tight. I'm like, yo, that's $50 for a t-shirt.
The logos is that they want the audience to know that expensive things aren't necessary, like they aren't required, but they show that by showing Macklemore wearing like a dookie brown leather jacket, like Granddad's wearing clothes, and like he has a broken keyboard and all that stuff. The pathos is that wants the audience to feel like excited and joyful and happy and however else you feel when you're at parties. So
walk into the club like, what up? I got a big cock. I'm just pumped. I bought some shit from a thrift shop.
There are people laughing and smiling in clubs, and he's at a party and all that stuff. The ethos is that wants the audience to respect not following trends. So he's wearing stuff like a fur hat and a onesie and kneeboarding. The audio is, the music is persuading you to go thrift shopping or enjoy thrift shopping. I couldn't really find a logo, so it was like whatever. The pathos was that wants the audience to feel positive, so there's like upbeat and cheery music and it's just happy. The ethos is that wants the audience to respect like the joking nature, because it's like a serious message, but the song itself is pretty joking. So there's like untraditional sound effects, and they talk a lot during the actual song, music video.
Like, damn, that's a cold ass honky. Ah, he got the Velcro. This smells like R. Kelly sheets.
For the textual, I put the lyrics in the song are describing the importance of thrift shops and the role they play for like cheap clothing. The logos is they want the audience to know that thrift clothes are cheap. So he's like, I only got $20 in my pocket. It was only 99 cents. Saving money's awesome.
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket.
Pathos is they want to show the audience that their clothes look good. So I'm quoting like, I look incredible. This is fucking awesome.
This is fucking awesome.
About to go get some compliments. And for the ethos, wants the audience to respect thrift shoppers. It was like, thank your granddad, your Grammy, your auntie, your mama, your mammy. And then I'll wear your granddad's clothes.
Wear your granddad's clothes. I look incredible. Hey, come on, man. I'm in this big ass coat from that thrift shop down the road.
This ties back to the millennial generation because it says that millennial generation puts less value on being materialistic. And the thrift shop music video is persuading people not to value brand names as highly. The visual aspect is showing the joy that thrift shopping can be. The audio demonstrates a new feel to music, and the text aspect shows the importance of thrift shops. Then there's the works cited.
And we're excited.
Bloopers!
Oh, I just bit all over myself.
Then we'll see how it sounds too.
So he's just trying to take easy classes.
So,
Yeah, so
You'd be like,
quiet on
so-
set.
we're testing sound. You good?
I
Alright, just
just
40, I hope so.
shit.
get some. Getting
No,
a,
it's okay.
I think do I got any boogies? We good?
Dude, can I see my stash?
A little higher.
Hi.
There you go.
Mm.